Welcome back, I guess. It's not easy. It's not easy, but I did a bit more looking into this game, and I was like, well, a lot of people saying it does get scary somehow. So, oh, please tell me I've not pressed the wrong button. Please, please, please. Thank you. Yes, yes. Thank God for that. Wait, what? Oh, we're here. Get ready for my great vocal performance again. That's what you've come back for. Oh, shit. If you have come back. If you haven't come back and this is your first time, go watch the other one. We learned that this girl here can't buy a fitting blazer. My question is, now that I'm looking at her, is where were we trying to do that blazer up that didn't fit her? Like, it's not high buttoned, it's a 2-button blazer. Why are we trying so hard to get it over her boobs? Who knows? Anyway, she says, "Hi, Sorlo." Yo, Sayori. That's me pouring a drink. I just realised that must have been super disturbing. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see, Sayori. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons, bitch. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Fuck me, mate. What's this about? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns upside down and the contents spill out on the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I know it! I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. Are we a detective? Are we a murderer? Are we a gigolo? I have 15 questions and only one answer. I don't know. But we'll get there. So either you're not hungry or want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget you spent all your money so that I'd lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Ooh, ah. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. That's not true, but carry on. Forget what I've said. Yuri suddenly giggles. It was like laughter. not I didn't notice that she was listening in. She's right fucking there. Her face is in her book as always. She jumps. I wasn't listening or anything. Just I fucking was. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Sora to let me borrow some money. Oh, don't bring Yuri into it, Sayori, you fucking tramp. Talk about that as that's fair. That's... Don't get me involved with that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly... Fuck you, Yuri. I might start lending everyone some fucking money, bitch. And frankly, after pulling off a mischievous little son like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Bitch. Face. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. You... what are you reading? 50 fucking Shades, love. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's the funny side, fun side of you. That's... There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I did something bad and I have to accept the revolution. 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 Retribution. Bang. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Shiori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. Hiccup. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What was that? Pwap. Kai. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow. What was... A cookie. Sure enough, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is it a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It's totally worth seeing a reaction though. These people are assholes. All of them. Like, Sayori's plotting cupcake schemes. Natsuki's launching them. Yuri thinks it's fun to watch people suffer. Let's see how this is going to get horror. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. You got a cupcake thrown at your face and said, ow. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. I bit on it! You're going through a lot over just one cooking. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cooking. Does she? Yours looks good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that I shared this one with me. Whoa. Sayori wraps. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cooking. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. You're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Oh, where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Sayori somehow spawns in the middle of the room. Not me. I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. It's a little bit queer, isn't it, Yuri? Yeah, you tell them, love. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Huh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. And there you are. Ah, there you are. Not and there you are. And there you are is what a serial killer would say. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monika, chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Wait, I ain't the boyfriend. At least not from what I heard. What held you up anyway? My last period today was in a study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. You've just been smacked up. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Sorlane. Monica snaps in half once again and smiles. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. She somehow jerks fully back into an upright position and says, don't worry. And then lets me know that she's been practicing a whole lot. And she'd love the chance to share. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finishes her entire cookie. Yuri is back in the book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. As always with this girl. I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little more. But at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Yuri, what are you even up to? You trying to read at the same time as me? Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks in the glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I were focused then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this saying, that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. What? Okay, whatever. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story then. Is that so, I say? What's it about anyway? You should have started this book by now, Sorlane. Well, Yuri closed the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Markov? Markov. Call him Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it's going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from out of nowhere. She giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Sorlane? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into these sort of things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life in a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they want their own goals or their own philosophy, or because they have their own goals or own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one, letting their one-sided morals interfere with their villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Do not apologise, Yuri. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I shouldn't... What? I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start to talk too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Please. Oh well. What are you saying? Hey, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem to look apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel their presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking into her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Yuri, what are you doing? Yuri. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I really don't mean to. Sorry. I mean... Haha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right arm to hold the book open. And stick my arm around Yuri. Here. Oh. Hi, Yuri. Nice book you have there. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips. But I'm holding it like this. We're held even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face once again and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I'd assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of a page, letting it flutter over to her, she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. Probably a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they kind of... Sorry, they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I could read that word, I was just staring into blank space. I see. She stood up now. You remained silent for a moment, but Solo, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Yeah, it's like saying, I think you're an asshole, but I don't mean that in a bad way. I really don't know what... Oh, fuck's sake. I really didn't know that you're self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Oh, fucking poems again, I'm gonna cry. I think it's time we share poems. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Oh, for God's sake. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. would you prefer finally read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I take a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. Yuri, straight on my finger. Let's see what you've written today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Solo. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you what kind of techniques we're practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. She collects her thoughts. I don't know what Yuri likes to think. I don't know what Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer patience to her. I know. I'm fucking dumb. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it makes me really happy. I say you've never shared your writing before? Nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? What's I press auto? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? His face. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway. Do you want to share the poem you wrote today? I'm going to stop pressing auto because it's just too slow. Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Fuck me, this handwriting. My handwriting's bad, but it slaughters me. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttling of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symphony. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon... what? A usage? Fuck it, we're gonna go with a usage. User? No, it's not user. Usage. The moon inseminates its place and... Insements? Fuck it, go with what I said. And reflects that much more light of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into a newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. I could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently. So my bread is always handy. Every time I banish my does that say brandish? I think it does. Brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me his excitement. A rush of blood. Classic. Pavlin? Pavlin. Fuck it. I slice the bread and feed myself again. It's wonderful. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can just begin to imagine what the poem's... I can't begin to imagine what the poem's about. That's right. It's alright. Fuck it, who cares? To get closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotion through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I think she's nuts. Or to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Right. It's those sort of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Solo? Well, yeah, I guess I do. It's anime. It's kids anime freak. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our own individualities, even if even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable, like talking. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Right, let's plough through these. Can I just skip these? I can. I'm sorry, this poem bit's long. I don't feel like it offers any insight to the horror aspect of what we're trying to get into here. It's a long old time to skip it though. Seriously, you still skipping? Why are we still skipping then? Fuck it, we won't skip. Hi again, Solo. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going to be bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Oh, wouldn't count on it. You never know. Want to share something that you wrote today? Sure, here you go. I gave a poem to Monica. Alright, great job, Solo. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Monica, why do you snap? Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Just been fucking talking to her. Writing that's full of mad imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all of the nonsense. Could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Why do people fucking care about how good they are at writing? It's like, right, if your poem is sick, it's sick. No one said you can't have a sick poem unless you do it for 10 years. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. By the way, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out. Let's have a looch. Right, this isn't a long one, so here we go. The colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a violin on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Think it's a load of shit. It's even more abstract than your last one. By abstract, you mean it's got no fucking point to it. Right, that's my English GCSE, but we'll figure this out. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to separate my words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote these lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. It doesn't. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem could be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, Here's Monica's right tip of the day. Oh, fuck's sake. Why does this bitch feel like she's got to educate me? Should be educating her. Sometimes you'll find yourself in a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. What's going on? Yeah, I'll save my game. You fucking weirdo. Do say your last. Let's go to Natsuki, she's simple. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better. Phew. What? Phew. Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling that you're probably most critical. What makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad you still don't recognise my experience. Well, then keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well I guess you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how could someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. That's a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she'd probably just fly away letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Fucking hell, it's a long one. Can someone hand me a poem that says Gucci gang, 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 Gucci gang? You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggling, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singer's voice. Killed it. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She's probably talking about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm going to tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's way too short. I was just warming up. You know, gotta get that pen going. Or pencil. Whatever the fuck people writing, I don't care, type it. I hope you didn't think that was the best I can do. Of course not. It was shit. The message is pretty straightforward, so I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with a much simpler analogy, and it helps people realise how stupid they're being. So you don't like Amy because of spiders. I think you're a bitch. Whoa, like anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Oh, so we're supposed to hate the person because... You fucking throw me off there, Natsuki. I thought we were hating spiders, but we're hating the person who hates the person who hates spiders. Because they refuse to make friends for such a stupid issue. That doesn't matter be any about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid... Why do they keep going on about weird hobbies? It's not filling me with greatness right now. Something you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But if that makes you... But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect each other for liking weird things. That's funny. You wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I don't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Oh, bitch, yeah. Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies too. Not that there's anything wrong with her. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try and not be so mean to her if she feels insecure about her weird behaviour. I mean, I always hate when people make me feel insecure, and Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. By the way you put it, it says like she's learned her lesson. Well, I wouldn't say so. Even if her writing style is very different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best. That's debatable. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. So let's get it done with. Let's get your poems crushed, and then we get some weirdness, hopefully. I looked into it. The average length it takes to complete this game is 4 to 5 hours, so hopefully it should be starting to get quite weird at some point soon. We're putting the time in there, we're getting invested. I like this one, Swallow. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try and be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, I'd rather hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know, I wouldn't lie to you. Never. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why it's go on my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Probably just like, hey babe, wanna smash? Me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you always think about the people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too then. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little bit of a rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give you the rain cloud a little hug. And it makes a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Solo. I should go write that down then. You can have a poem now. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like that lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all of my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumbs and forefingers and pluck one out. It's warm and tingling, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, and bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way, down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night more dreams, friend after friend more bottles, deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hidden in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. That last bit there wasn't about bowls. I blow the dust off my bottle caps. I don't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friend looked through the locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off the shelf one after another, holding them out for every friend, each and every bottle, but every time I let one go it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Yeah, you're nuts. Did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. I didn't expect something good coming from you, Sayori. You did done good. I thought you did do shit, but you did done good. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking about it too hard. We'll say I said that. I didn't pay attention. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gone pretty passionate about this. I hope you keep it up. Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing till I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always has a bit of habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems. I have something extra planned, so if you could all come and sit at the front of the room. Is it about the festival? Sort of. Do you really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine. That's a concern of Yuri's as well as Natsuki's. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much, you silly little worriers. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Wrong button. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can hand out during the events. Okay, that's great and all, but it doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh sorry, I thought you heard about it yesterday. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori is putting on all the posters in case anyone who wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been colouring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? I did. Did you really think it's that bad an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for any of this. She's the king of I'm not signing up for this. She's just the queen. I say king. She's the queen of it. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where you're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple of days ago. It's sort of asked them to recite out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked it, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, guys. Can we just do that? Being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with each other? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you in here in the first place? I know I do. I know we all do. And And if all it takes is standing in a room full of... And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Maybe. Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any argument left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright, phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sign. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to have to practice writing them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite a poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of a room full of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to the specific poem that she had in mind of herself. Can I skip? I can't. Then she stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or she's simply natural? Maybe she's born with it. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't quite understand. Finally, Monica finishes off the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up! Find the booth! Fire in the booth! There's a big yawn. Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading a poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around. Is she bewildered by herself? It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins in with me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not like we didn't applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard we must have forgotten. As we applauded, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Why is she so strange? Why is she so off and on? When does this get weird? I'm struggling with this. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ahem. Ahaha. Sorry, I giggled. Fuck me. Ahaha. Sayori? It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Ah. Try not to think of it like reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it will come out best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. But if I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. Fuck me. Hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. And even Solo liked it. Solo liked everything. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. I mean, I didn't hear it, but I imagine it did. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery won't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's, well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. I was embarrassed to do it in front of everyone. She doesn't quite snap like Monica does, but she's had a snap. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival. Thank you. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Humph. Don't make me go before Solo. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Solo lower everyone's standards before I have to do it. What bitch? I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go over what I wrote today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel really awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your ability and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something you'll improve over time though. Maybe. Alrighty then, that leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why You're Looking at Me. Because you're presenting. Humph. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. She says fucking do it. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has it's got the rhythm and it's got the rhyme. It's Natsuki's trademark style and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as to give you life to the poem. Natsuki finishes. And everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That was so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Ah well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? Doing it in front of people is way easier. I could put on whatever face I want for the other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. I've got to agree with her there. It'd be easier to do it in front of people you don't know than people you do know. Because if you fuck up, who cares? Like, you don't know them. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming though. It might be hard, but I hope that you have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival. I'll make pamphlets soon, so let me know ahead of time what you're reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite. That's fine, doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy, she says, snapping in half. No problem. Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try and write a poem for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I could do this, Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find some enthusiasm with Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica. then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Fuck you, Yuri. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Solo, you don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayori's a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? We're kind of putting me on the spot here. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Given how hard it is for her to socialise, I'd feel awful turning her down. Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. There's no point. There's not even any point in speculating if that's ever going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know. Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. No one in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling a little awkward. But it's kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I'd hate to take away from her. That's why there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? Here we go with another one. Let's make this horrible. Try to make it horrible, but some of these aren't letting me too much. Fucking Sayori's buzzing for it. Why aren't you buzzing that much for? Why'd she like massacre? Fuck me. Vanilla. Cheeks. Anger. I swear I saw skirt. Skirt. Fear. Wrath. Tenacious. Are we back here again? Right, we're going to leave it here for another day. We've not got anywhere weirder, anything stranger. We've just got more poems. But we will press on through, as I've been promised, weirdness eventually. Make sure we save it. Make sure we save it. So, all the regular YouTube shit, you know, like, dislike, subscribe, unsubscribe, anything you fucking feel. I'm going to look and see when this gets weird, because I'm not going to sit and do like 5 hours of this for it not to get anywhere. So, until next time, see ya!